much, Oscar winner Ben Affleck is once again putting on his director, writer, producer, and actor hats in his new movie, Live by Night. His role in outlaw 1920s and 30s Boston. Take a look.
Hoping you can talk some sense into ID Pruitt.
Ain't too many people ever had much success doing that.
We'd like you to try.
And what would the reason be?
His self-preservation. He needs to stop shooting up my clubs.
Clubs? What kind of clubs? Bridge clubs? Because I belong to the Greater Tampa Rotary Club myself, and I don't recall ever seeing you.
Look, do you think that we got where we are by letting some inbred muscle us?
Hey, Ben. Good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
So this is going to sound so official. I was going through your filmography last night. So by my count, this is your fourth directing gig?
That's right.
It made me curious, when you see a project and you generate projects and you get projects coming across your desk, what makes you decide to direct one versus staying in front of the camera?
Well, naturally, obviously, some of it depends on if someone's attached to it ahead of time or whatever. I was in the middle of watching a lot of classic Hollywood movies. It was in kind of a classic movie phase, and I got this script, and it just felt like a great love letter to those classic Hollywood gangster movies of the 30s and 40s, and I really wanted to direct it.
Does any part of the decision come with how complex the role is? In other words, if it's an extraordinarily complex acting gig, do you feel comfortable saying, well, I can divide my time between in front and behind the camera?
I think that the complexities more lie on the directing side, you know what I mean? So if it's a really tricky directing movie, that might put me off trying to act in it as well, but it feels pretty natural to want to act and direct in movies.
This one's based on a Dennis Lehane novel. I think it's the second time you've done that. What is it about his work that draws you and you like so much?
You know, Dennis is just a great writer. He has great sort of punchy characters and crackling dialogue, and it's very visual. You know, the images kind of jump off the page, and he deals a lot with moral ambiguity, and you know, this is an interesting story.
Let's talk about Boston as a backdrop. I mean, New York steals most of the on-camera spotlight in the film industry, I would imagine, far and away.
Yeah.
What does Boston bring to a project? What, as a storyteller, as a director, what do you get, which I know you love Boston, what do you get from the city of Boston?
I think there's a specificity to it. You know what I mean? It's not generic. It's not just anywhere USA. It's like it's a real place that's rooted in a certain set of values, and it's very concrete, and you know, but you might not be sure what Boston is, but you know it when you see it. You know?
All right. Good news, bad news. Good news is the last time you directed a movie, it was Argo, and it won the Academy Award. The bad news is the last time you directed a movie, it won the Academy Award. How much pressure?
You know, there's pressure every time you make a movie. Every time I do something, I want it to be great.
Pressure from outside or within?
From within, for sure. I have put a lot of pressure on myself to make every movie great and to work as hard as I possibly can. And luckily, with this movie, I had great partners, a great crew, fabulous cast. You know, so I was well supported.
So I bring up the Academy Awards. Can I also tell you that we had your brother Casey here, and I watch you smile, which is really nice. He was here not long ago. He's getting an awful lot of talk for his role in Manchester by the Sea. I know you've been a big supporter of the movie and his. He didn't seem to be all that nervous about the hype of Academy Awards for him. Are you?
I'm very excited. It's knock wood. I think it's great. It's I cast him in a movie years ago. I've always known what a great actor he is. I'm so glad to see him getting this kind of recognition now. It's really thrilling.
Do you think he fully understands what would change in his life and career if he were to be so lucky?
You know, I think it's very hard to understand those kinds of changes when they're happening to you. It's like when you're in the middle of a car accident, you're kind of not really aware of the fact that you're about to crash into a
slow
wall.
motion.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, there have been brother combinations who've won Academy Awards.
Really?
I think like 10 times. One sibling combination, brother-sister, Warren Beatty, Shirley MacLaine.
Oh,
so,
right.
Casey, no pressure here. No pressure to join the club. Speaking of family, how are you doing?
Doing great.
Yeah.
Doing terrific. Yeah, looking forward to Christmas. The kids all got their, lists ready, so we're
nobody will tell anybody. You want to whisper what the big gift is for kids this holiday season?
I'm afraid I have to keep that top secret, otherwise I get in a lot of trouble.
Well, yours are younger than mine, but we could share some ideas afterward. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. I want to tell people Live by Night hits select theaters on Christmas Day. It opens nationwide on January 13th.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.